How we doing? Awesome. Go ahead.
Joe, a couple of games left here, and you do have a couple of senior starters with William and Cole. Do you start, not really holding auditions, but counting in your mind for next year about this is who I might be looking at to take over once those guys are gone?
That's a good question. I would say to a certain extent, you already have been doing that in practice. You know what I mean? Like Max has been taking reps in practice. So has Kyler been taking reps in practice. So, we've been evaluating those guys. In my opinion, like people that say, well, let's go get ready for next year. I don't think that's how you do things, in my opinion. I think you got to finish out things the right way. And, people say that these games don't matter. I totally disagree from the standpoint of, my father-in-law used to say, if they keep score, it matters. You're playing tiddlywinks, it matters. You're playing checkers, it matters. You're playing whatever, it matters. So I think that's what our mindset needs to be going into these last two games.
When there's such a stark difference between the halves like there was Saturday, how do you guys as coaches try to get the players to see that there were obviously some good moments, but obviously teach off some of the lesser moments, I guess?
Yeah, you really just have to, I think guys that are up and down a lot, when you see coaches that are, they go here and here and here and here, I think that's sometimes a little dangerous. So to me, the way I handle it is I try to be the same throughout the game. Obviously you're going to have some times where you're emotional and all that kind of stuff, but I think the players hopefully get into that too, where they end up understanding, hey, man, let's try to keep this thing riding the right way. Now, did it work? No, it did not work, obviously, because, when you have a deal like that happens, everybody's at fault in that situation. So, I think you just really have to continue to fight the fight throughout the whole thing. And unfortunately, I wish somebody asked me, have you ever been through something like that? Yeah, I've been through one like that, and it stinks, no question. But I've been on the other side of them too, where, we're in a playoff game against the Houston Oilers, and we have no business winning the game. It's 24-0 in the first half. No clue how we're going to win it, and we came back and won it. So it's ball, man. I mean, you used to be able to say this in the NFL and not in college, but they get paid too. So, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yep. Joe, last week saw Texas A&M missed a couple of field goals in the first half. I believe they were both left hash with a little right-to-left breeze. How much do special teams coordinators and head coaches put into, hey, we need to get this kicker to this hash mark or to that hash mark for a field goal? How much does that play into like play calling and that type of thing?
Yeah, when we talked about it before the game, because that was really, since I've been here anyway, that's the first windy game that I've been a part of. Like there were gusts that were 23 to 24 miles an hour, and obviously, that's the first one Mason went in, and Mason, I would think he would tell you he did not have his best game. I think that was a struggle. And then from the field goal standpoint, William did an unbelievable job of, staying true to his form and doing a great job of really striping them as much as he could. But no question that stuff goes into it. You have to talk throughout. Shane knew going in what hash we liked if it was a game winner, what hash we liked if it was end of the half, all those type of things. So he knew that going in. But, it was just it was definitely significant as far as the win goes that day.
Just speaking of that, I think there was a 4th and 1 in the second half where you guys called a timeout before it. I believe it would have been a 47-yarder, so right there on the cusp of Williams' range. What was that discussion like, and how much did the wind play into what they decided to do, which was run the ball?
Not really. You'd have to ask Shane that on the as far as what the play call was and all that kind of stuff. I think the 4th and 1 was, you felt like you could make the 1 yard, and now you really have a chance to get things going in the right direction and try to get a touchdown right there. So, it was not said, hey, I don't think he can hit that field goal, if that's what you're asking. He was in a good rhythm, and we felt good about it for sure. Awesome. Thanks.